All right, today we're going to bust a massive myth about money. The idea that you have to be rich to build real wealth. I'm going to show you why your age, not your paycheck, is your actual secret weapon when it comes to investing. Let's jump in.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. That sounds completely nuts, right? How can someone who's just starting out possibly beat someone with a 20-year head start in life who invests way more money? Just stick with me here, because the answer is way simpler and honestly, way more powerful than you think.
So to prove my point, let's set up a little showdown. Think of it like a financial cage match. In one corner, we've got early Emily. She's fresh out of the gate. And in the other corner, we've got late Larry, who's been around the block a bit. Let's lay out the rules of this game.
Okay, so check this out. Early Emily starts investing at age 20. She puts money in for just 10 years, and then she stops. Completely. Her grand total invested is $50,000. Now look at late Larry. He starts a decade later at 30, but he invests for 30 straight years, all the way to 60. He puts in $150,000. That is 3 times more money than Emily. I mean, based on this alone, Larry should absolutely destroy her, right?
So, the stage is set. Emily's early dash versus Larry's long marathon. Let's just hit the fast forward button a few decades and see who actually comes out on top. And, well, the result? It might just blow your mind. And this just shows you the raw effort. Look at that difference. Larry's contribution bar just towers over Emily's. He put in so much more cash for so much longer. I mean, you look at this and you think, yeah, this is an open and shut case. Everything points to a slam dunk for Larry. Okay, this is it. The moment of truth. After all those years of investing, with Larry putting in triple the amount of money, who's actually sitting on the bigger pile of cash when they both turn 60? And there you have it. Unbelievable, right? Early Emily wins. And it's not even close. Even though she only invested for 10 years and then didn't put in another dime, her final wealth is way bigger than Larry's, who was dutifully investing for 3 whole decades. In fact, we're talking about her account just cruising past the $1 million mark. $1 million! All from that 50 grand she put away in her 20s. So the big question is, how on earth did that happen? And that's exactly the question you should be asking. This totally defies common sense. It feels like some kind of financial magic trick. But here's the thing, it's not magic, it's just math. So let's pull back the curtain. The secret to Emily's incredible victory is something I call the compounding cheat code. Seriously, it's the most powerful force in finance, and Emily activated it a full decade before Larry even got into the game. You know, compound interest sounds complicated, but it's super simple. Your money earns a return, great. But then that return gets added to your original pile. The next time you earn a return, it's on a bigger pile of money. It's basically your money making babies, and then those babies grow up and have their own babies. It's a snowball effect. Let's think of it like a video game. You invest. That's you at level 1. Your money earns returns, boom, you just got some experience points. Those returns get reinvested and ding, you've leveled up. Now, at a higher level, you earn experience points even faster. This cycle just keeps repeating and your growth accelerates like crazy over time. And that is the entire secret right there. Even though Emily started with a smaller amount of money, she gave it 10 extra years to go through that whole leveling up process. And those first 10 years, they are absolutely the most important because they build the foundation for decades of explosive growth later on. So this isn't just a fun story about Emily and Larry. What does this actually mean for you? Well, it means that if you're young, you are sitting on a genuine financial superpower. Let's talk about how to use it. This is it. This is the single most important idea to take away from all this. It's not about how much money you make right now. It's about how much time you can give your money to grow. Time is the one asset that you have more of today than you will ever have again. Just burn this phrase into your brain. Early beats big. Starting early with a small amount will almost always beat starting late with a big amount. Time is the magic ingredient. It's the multiplier that really matters. You know, this also brings up a huge point about risk. When you start early, you have a time buffer. You have decades to recover if you make a bad investment or the market dips. You literally have room for error. But when you start late, like Larry, you lose that safety net. The pressure's on and the stakes are way higher because time is working against you.
Just let that one sink in for a minute. Time is your friend. It's forgiving. But waiting, delaying, that is a brutal enemy. Every single day you put this off, it gets harder and more expensive to reach your goals.
Okay, so you get the why. You see the insane power of starting early. So the most important question now is, what are you going to do about it? Let's make this ridiculously simple. You do not need to be a financial genius. You do not need a ton of cash. You just need to start. Open an account today. Set up an automatic transfer for an amount you won't even miss. I'm talking 25 bucks, 10 bucks, even 5. And then just let it go. Let time and that compounding magic do all the heavy lifting for you. Look, the story of Emily and Larry isn't really just a story. It's a choice. You can be Emily or you can be Larry. The biggest thing determining your financial future is what you decide to do next. Your future self is waiting.